Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Mile High Huddle SI. I am your host, Kim Becker, joined by publisher Chad Jensen. Chad, coming up here in Week 8, the Denver Broncos are hosting the Los Angeles Chargers, which means fans are going to get their first look at a Drew Lock, Justin Herbert matchup. Now, with so much quarterback envy in the ranks of Broncos Country, what can we expect to see out of Drew Lock as he goes head-to-head with Justin Herbert this weekend?
Indeed, as Drew Lock has struggled the last 5 quarters of play, Broncos fans are looking across the division, seeing Justin Herbert just wrecking shop, just having the time of his life, putting up some numbers. And it's going to be really interesting to see how Drew Lock responds, because not only is he coming off a bad game, he needs to bounce back, but Justin Herbert just got his first win as a pro. And, the Chargers have a little bit of momentum here. So I think first things first for the Broncos, for Pat Shurmur, and for Drew Lock is they got to dial it back a little bit. That doesn't mean offensively that you completely dispense with taking vertical shots or being creative, but they got to resist the impulse to go for the jugular on every single passing snap. Work the middle of the field and the underneath. Use the outlets. Use your pass-catching running backs, even if Phillip Lindsay is unable to get out of concussion protocol for Week 8, and really make the focus getting the ball to the playmakers underneath. I mean, you can throw short of the sticks and let these great athletes from Noah Fant to Jerry Jeudy to KJ Hamler, Albert Okwuegbunam, make a play, make a guy miss in the open field and make a play for this team. Lock can bounce back from his worst game as a pro, but he does have to get back to basics and reset, and he can't let the, perceived outside magnitude of the first Lock versus Herbert matchup really get to him, because obviously he was hanging on to something a little too much in last week's game. Maybe it's the Lock versus Chiefs, Lock versus Mahomes part 2, whatever the emotional barrier that existed for Lock. There was something going on with him between the years. He's got to let that go. And if he can do those things, and if Pat Shurmur and the coaching staff can put him in that position, versus the Chargers, he beat the Chargers. That was his first win as a pro last year. Of course, it was with Phillip Rivers under center, but he can emerge from his first head-to-head divisional matchup with Justin Herbert with a win and get back cachet and kind of reconfirm some of the faith Broncos Country had within him, dating back to those 5 games last year and all the optimism and excitement everybody had before he suffered that shoulder injury in Week 2.
Well, hopefully we get a little deja vu with the Broncos Chargers this season coming out of last year. Chad, again, always, thank you so much for your insight.
Thanks.